What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and this is the next installment in which character, era, stable should you use? And in this case, we're taking a look at the Ministry of Darkness. Now, the Ministry of Darkness used to be a really rough stable to go with here. Just really rough, let me tell you. But in the last year and really in the last several months, it's gotten to be possibly one of the best in the game. Like the Ministry of Darkness could beat the NWO across the board, the DX characters pretty much. Like the links that they've got are very, very good. So there was a recent contest where you had to use the Ministry of Darkness. So I screenshotted that right there just to keep it nice and fresh and handy. But let's see. Oop, not that. Try again. Move this guy over to here so we can just kind of see who the Ministry of Darkness characters are. So they start with Undertaker. And Undertaker has gone from one of the best characters in the game to almost completely irrelevant in the game to completely best characters in the game within the span of this last year or so or whatever. Like Mod Taker, when he came out, was a move damage monster. Then he kind of took a hit for a while, but they've just built him back up with so many good things. And before I even mention about this, one of the great things about the Ministry of Darkness, their new links, any color moves start with 5 more MP. So Slim pointed out on the podcast earlier today in my world, probably a week ago in your world, Slim pointed out on the podcast that if you have 2 Ministry of Darkness characters together, and it could be this Undertaker and that Christian guy right there. Like, I'm not talking about his faith history. His name is Christian. Yeah, you could run the 2 of them, and this Undertaker in slot 1 would start with 5 more MP, which means you don't need an entourage, or at least you don't need him as much, right? There's 6 MP moves. So you can run no trainers and therefore buff up crossbreak gems. You can buff up the multi-gems. I mean, just so much you could do with this Undertaker. He is the best, maybe we'll talk about Viscera in a minute, of the Ministry of Darkness, but absolutely a green light across the board. I know I normally mention like we do a red light, green light, yellow light system, red, yellow, green, and I usually start with the red lights, but I just can't stop talking about how good this Undertaker is, and they keep adding things to him, right? So he's in the Stone Cold Beer Bath. Yellow gems, his primary color, do 200% more. Multiply, increase their strength. That's huge. The Ministry of Darkness moment. Yellow gems once again. Multiply gems once again. That's awesome. He has 2 great moments. Doesn't have any gear, but what he does also have now is there's some really awesome plates that work with him. So he's always had the Nightmare plate because makes multi-gems, does a lot of yellow, or some at least, and that's his primary color. But now they also have that cross-break plate, either the yellow one or the multicolored one, which buffs his gems even more. I haven't even done a video on that yet. I don't know, maybe just maybe I'll do it right now. Who knows? That's not what I intended to do with this, but sometimes I get a little excited because look at that. The cross break plate is already there, and we just need to change out for, is it called the American Nightmare or the Nightmare? Now that these are alphabetized, it's so nice. I just have to learn their proper names because I call them other things half the time. So the Nightmare plate is the Nightmare plate. All right, so look at this. We've already got him. We might as well. Just go ahead and do something here like this. I don't know, maybe like this. I don't know, maybe like this. Let's just run Chelsea. Let's keep it basic here. So this isn't even with some of the things we could have on here, and it's not with the actual Ministry of Darkness link. It's just him going up against Zombie Sammy first turn, because that's in dispute now in the game. But either way, so pretty simple setup. You just lay down some multiply gems. I like to lay them on wherever there is yellow and purple. The most amount, not the middle, by the way. The most amount of yellow and purple. This is a very bad board, like very bad board for him. But that's times 17. Now we drop the cross breaks, which is going to trigger the cross break plate. So all gems are now buffed 500%. And then we drop yellow gems. So it's very, very quick and easy. You just match yellow gems. Try to get as many of them as on the multiplies as you can. So that's why I went this way. Don't get rid of the purples. Get rid of everything else. And kaboom. That is no hype, 167 million damage. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. Yeah, no hype at all, 167. So should you use the Undertaker? Yes. Yes, instantly. Yeah, so that one's big. Let's just kind of go in on the other ones a little bit more casually here. Hey, ironically, we're going to talk about him. So that Bradshaw has waffled between amazing to good to pretty amazing again. Bradshaw is an absolute green light. He is very difficult to use, and I can't find him. There he is. He is very difficult to use in some of his setups. They're very Zorro build, very big brain. You got to be super smart to do them. But we do have a couple videos on him, like how do you run him, should you take him 6-star gold, and others that you should check out. He is definitely good. Definitely good. And this is not how you would run him. There's a combination of different ways. But that 5 MP, you'll notice he has a 4 MP, but he doesn't have the other ones that are quite like Undertaker's where they're loaded instantly. But you can do with some of them. And then you just do a backup trainer. You're good to go. So running him with Farooq or Undertaker or Viscera or Christian or Edge, makes him really, really good. And he's on the Ministry moment and the Beer Bath moment as well. So definitely a green light from him. Viscera is honestly an easy green light. He's one of the best powerhouses in the game. You run him like this and you're good to go. He just destroys the world. If you've got the visceral visage plate for him, it's pretty darn stinking amazing. Or there's the Ministry plate, or you don't even need plates because he's just so strong that he could break Kevin Nash's back and Undertaker's face in one shot. So yeah, green light there as well. And then Farooq. So yellow light. I don't know where he is. I might have passed him already. If nothing else, we'd have him on screen here. But Powerhouse Farooq, wherever the twain shall meet, I had to have passed him, is okay. The bet. Oh, is he on Ron? Is he under Ron? Is that why I passed him? No. Farooq. There he is. Yeah, so this one is good. He's got a couple builds that he can run. We've got videos on them. Be sure and check them out. But his power is not as strong as I would like to see it. Now, he does also benefit from the 2 moments. Pretty much all the Ministry does. So you've got those going for him. It does help him. But, if I'm reverse order of what I normally go. I normally go red light I normally go red, yellow, then green. Kind of going green to red. But Farouk's kind of the yellow light in the middle of all of those. The other yellow light that actually is on here is Undertaker. The Phenom is actually on that moment as well. Or I'm sorry, on the Ministry of Darkness stuff. And if you remember, they reworked the Phenom fairly recently with this build right here. If you put the Tama plate on him, my goodness, he's insanely good. Now, I wouldn't expect most people to do that because why would you? But if you did, if you wanted to, you could put it there, and he's really stinking good. But without it, he's definitely a yellow light. They reworked him, so he's good. He would have been a hard no prior to that, but he's a gentle yes. A gentle yes now. And then the 2 no's, I don't think they're surprising. by any means. It's Edge and Christian, you know. The ones I can't technically talk about because they're technically with another company. But let's be honest, they're both C tier characters. I passed one just not long ago and I was like, I want to remember where he is. And then I didn't. Oh, there they are. They both are here. They're both C tier characters. They're both original 10 MP moves, multiply gems of strength 3 with 7 randoms, multiply gems of strength 3 that come from protect gems. But does he make protect gems? You know, that's usually the question. So yeah, just not good. There's not even a reason to look at him in terms of that, and I doubt they're going to rework him unless he drops his affiliation with the other company. Same goes for this. Sadly, this is the only version of Christian in the game. I don't know why we never got like an Edge and Christian version of Christian, but he's the only one. So there you go. But once again, C tier. Color turn gems, but no, the Punk's gauntlets don't do a great amount for him. Random gems into blue, more color turn gems. Does have multiply gems of strength 2 if you wanted there. And yes, he can make a lot of different color gems with his 3 moves, but then how do you break him? You know, like he doesn't have anything there. Do bonus damage for every color turn gem, but not super relevant. So red light there. So honestly, the Ministry of Darkness is in a really good place now in the game, especially with that tag link. So if you are using them in feud, in showdown, or any other mode that gives you a tag ability, like they are just phenomenal across the board, aside from the 2. But that's to be expected. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Like this video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and then send this to your friend or faction mate who's like, hey, you know, there's a Ministry of Darkness requirement. Who do I use? Here's who instead of here's how. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.